Hello, my lovely Libras. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided twin flame soulmate reading for the month of July. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And congratulations, you are fourth in this month's segment because I am now recording the videos in order of whatever videos got the most like from the previous video segment. So, if you like this video, then there will be a higher likelihood that your next video will come sooner. So for anyone new here, welcome. Today we're going to be using the Manara Erotic Tarot for the general energy to look into what's going on. We also take a look at the light aspect of things, which are the lighter karmic lessons of what's going on, and also what is known to us, what is in the light. We also take a look at the shadow, which is the darker, deeper, more difficult karmic lessons, and what might be hidden from us in the shadow that we try to bring to the light, not only to become aware of it, but so that we can heal it. And since I'm recording this in Cancer season, this spread specifically, I'm going to be channeling the emotional root of what is happening in your twin flame soulmate journey. So don't forget, we're in Mercury retrograde in Cancer right now still as well. We have a couple more days, of course, as you hear the ambulance, right? And we also have Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Saturn moved back into Capricorn June 30th. And then we also have Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So a lot going on. For more astrology and other good stuff, please follow me at Sachi the Scorpio on Instagram and on Twitter. There will also be more info on what's going on in the extended, and the link will be in the description box below. And for anyone who needs to break any cycles, please check out my Eclipse messages and Solstice cycle breaking tarot, which I will link at the end of this video and also in the description box below, because as you know, for the twin flame, for those of you who are twin flames, or even if you're in a soulmate situation, how we unite the twins is to break our cycles and, you know, go to our higher self. So anyway, Libra, I want to let you know during the cleansing ceremony what popped up. So in this deck, it was I Won't Cry For You in reverse. So what I'm getting is that you have been shedding some tears about a situation, which is very good, very healthy. You know, we're in Cancer season. It is the time to get to the emotional roots of things. It's a very emotional time. In the general energy deck, we had the Fool in reverse come up. So I feel like you're done playing the Fool, right? And that card specifically, it's Pinocchio, right? It's a girl holding Pinocchio, or, you know, fairy godmother. And so I feel like someone was, you know, trying to get you to make them a real boy or make them a real girl. And you're just kind of like, I'm done with that. Like, I can't make you a real boy or a real girl. And then for our clarifiers, we had P-Dove using homing P-Dove. So I really think that you are focusing a lot on the home. So anyway, I'm going to take a look into your energy, your twin flame soulmate's energy, and then the outcome for July. So let's see. What is at the emotional root of Libra's energy? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is at the emotional root for Libra? We have coming out stuck, obsession. Yeah, so it does feel like that you are obsessed about a certain thing. I do feel like you've come to the conclusion that, you know, someone has played you a fool in some way by trying to, you know, maybe get you to do the emotional labor for them. I feel like this obsession is very much like, I have to do this, you know, for this other person, you know, like I have to try to make them, you know, a real boy or a real girl. And I think that you've come to the conclusion that, you know, it's not your, like, first of all, you don't have the ability to change anybody, right? Only people can change themselves. And I think that that's kind of taken a toll, right? Because you're shedding tears. But I do think that you are still, you know, obsessed about this situation. Let's see, what is at the emotional root? Which, you know, is also a Cancer season sort of thing if we're getting to the emotional root. Like, as you can see, look at the roots on the head. So the emotional root literally is what is going on in your mind, you know, and how you're obsessing about things. We also, you know, she's holding this thing, kind of looks like a mirror. So some self-image issues could also be a part of this. Let's see what's going on with your twin or soulmate. What is at the emotional root of their issue? Woo! Wow, I won't cry for you. Wow, so yeah, they do not Wow, yeah. They don't show their authentic self. I feel like they don't know how to emotionally regulate properly, right? They're kind of like in this feeling of like, I'm not going to cry for you, even though they're hurt, right? And I feel like because they are withholding of these emotions, right, it causes you to be obsessive about them, because this is the card that came up in reverse in the cleansing ceremony. So I feel, you know, like, it's like you're crying double because they're refusing to cry, right? And it's like when they refuse to cry, they energetically like push that energy to you, which makes you obsessive. And, you know, especially if it's a twin flame situation, that can happen. When the twin refuses to emotionally regulate, the other twin is used as a vessel to try to emotionally regulate for both of you. And that can definitely cause obsessive mindsets, which is really unhealthy, because, you know, you have to force them to do their own energetic work. And then we have hiding your true self in reverse. So it's interesting. I feel like, you know, I had this feeling that they have this inability to show their authentic self, right? But the thing is, it's like they won't emotionally regulate, but that's who they are, right? That is who they are right now. Not their higher self, but you might be like, oh, they're hiding who they really are. Like, I can make them a real boy or a real girl. I can, you know, get them to emotionally regulate. But no, they're not hiding their true self. This is who they are, and you need to accept that. They're not emotionally in tune, and they're pushing away their emotions. And of course, you know, their higher self is not that way. But you can't fall in love with someone's higher self, right? I mean, you can, but you can't build a future off of that. You can't, you know, have your life revolving around it, and clearly your mind revolving around it, because that's not a healthy, stable foundation, you know, for a relationship. So let's see, what is the outcome for the month of July for our lovely Libras that wanted to do a switch? Fragmentation in reverse, and it went like this and then went like that. So things might seem very fragmented, like it's in bits and pieces. You might feel as though, you know, you're torn apart in some way, like you're in shambles, you're in fragments. That energy is going to be reversed, right? Things, you're going to pull yourself together and really, really get it together. And I'm really feeling like if you have failed to put pieces of the puzzle together for a lot of things, you're going to get clarity. And what I'm hearing is that it's going to happen after Mercury retrograde is done. You know, when that's over in Cancer, that's going to bring a lot of clarity to you, especially because we have Neptune retrograde in Pisces, which kind of helps us in that regard. So I really like that. I really like that, Cancer. Oh, Cancer, sorry, Libras. You might be dealing with a Cancer, or you might have heavy Cancer placements in your chart. All right, let's see. What is this obsession about for our Libras? Show us. What is the obsession here? Whew, coming out stuck again. Yeah, wow. So there is a Cancer or Cancerian energy. Maybe the other person has Cancer in their chart, but we have the Queen of Water coming out with Judgment, stuck. Yeah, so the thing is, and I'm kind of feeling like Judgment is like in reverse and Queen is upright, but they're both coming out stuck, right? And the Queen of Water is this Cancerian energy, which, you know, really holds on to things emotionally. You know, Cancer is all about the, you know, the emotional roots, ancestral trauma, you know, things that go very deep when it comes to the emotional world. So really, I feel like you're just stuck in your feels. Like, look at, you know, of course, the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups is always a good card, you know, usually a good card to get. I like it personally, because it is very emotionally in tune. And I feel like that's how it is. Like, you're so emotionally in tune. And that's why it's really hard, you know, to deal with this person who's not emotionally tuned, because, like, that's just how they are right now, right? That's not their higher self. But of course they're not at their higher self. If they were, you wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be having issues, right? But if they're, especially if they're your twin, if they're not their higher self, then you aren't either, right? And we can see that because you're obsessing with it, which is like an unhealthy mental pattern. So here we have, you know, it's dark, right? She's kind of like mourning You know, like how in the cleansing ceremony, I Won't Cry For You came out in reverse. So I'm definitely getting that this is tears. She's out there standing in the rain. So I really feel like you're just stuck in your feels about this. You're really stuck in your feels. And then we have Judgment coming out stuck, which is Pluto. So heavy Scorpio energy as well. And as you can see, like, look at how she's grabbing her crotch, right? And look at how doves are flying out of the vagina of Judgment, right? So there could be some energy about judging. You know, we have obsession about the way that you look. There could be an obsession about, you know, your sex appeal based on, you know, maybe how your private parts look, or something like that, which, like, you know, all pussies, all penises are beautiful. So please do not, you know, shame your body in any way, especially your most beautiful and magical parts of yourself, right? So, you know, there might be a sense of piousness, right? About, like, I feel like sexual energy is not really high on the list, because this does give me a feeling of, like, no, I'm, like, sexually, you know, keeping to myself is what I'm getting. But with Judgment coming out stuck, I feel like you're obsessed because of how this other person judges you, right? And it might be based on your emotions. And you might be judging yourself about your emotions, that you are just stuck. You're stuck in the feelings here. And it could be some judgment call that you made or that they made. And it's really stuck energy, like obsession. Like every single card that's come out so far has come out stuck. So that's okay, right? There are points in time where we need to be stuck, right? We need to be stuck in our feels so that we can properly emotionally regulate. We need to give our emotions that time and space to move through us. So it's okay to be stuck. It just, you know, that's just what it looks like. So just give yourself the time, because even though it does look like you are a little bit in pieces, by the end of the month, that will come to an end. So just hang in there. Let's see, what's the light aspect of this? What is the light aspect? What's the light aspect here? Drift balloon using transfer pain. Yeah, like I said, remember how, you know, if they're not emotionally regulating properly, then they push all that emotional regulation to you. That's exactly what is happening. This is a psychic type. Drift balloon using transfer pain. This is someone who is psychically transferring their pain to you. And that's why you're so stuck. And you might not be able to make this judgment call properly, because you might be in the dark about their emotions, especially if they have heavy water placement, Scorpio or Cancer energy in their chart, because, you know, which is weird because they won't cry, and Cancers and Scorpios usually do. But they might be very emotionally oppressed, and it might be because of something that their inner child went through. Like, this Pokemon is specifically known for, you know, going up to children and hanging there. It's a balloon Pokemon, and if children grab it thinking it's a balloon, it steals the children, which is, like, obviously very dark. So I feel like this person might have some really terrible trauma in their childhood. It's possibly that you do too, but I'm really getting it's like, it's their pain, right? It's their abandonment. It's their, you know, inner child wounds that is making them not feel safe to be able to cry and to emotionally regulate. And they just transfer this psychic pain to you. And it causes you to be stuck in these emotions because, to be honest, half of them aren't yours. All right, it says, these Pokemon are called the signposts for wandering spirits. Children holding them sometimes vanish. Exactly, like they are just a wandering spirit, and their inner child vanished because someone did something to them as a child that makes them feel it's unsafe to be emotional or to emotionally regulate. Someone taught them it was unsafe to do that. Likely a parent. Okay, what's the shadow here for our Libras about this obsession? What's the shadow? What don't they know that they need to know? What's the shadow here? Ooh, coming out stuck. Grass memory. So, trainer always... Sorry about that, Libra. I got a dog recently. So thank you for letting me know. No more barking. Okay. Anyway, so trainer cards always indicate the other person, right? And it's coming out stuck. So in the shadow, I really do feel like, number one, it's the other person that is really stuck in the shadow, but it's grass memory. And grass type is the heart chakra, right? These are ancient memories, things of the past, as you can see. And like things are being unlocked, right? Ancient memories being unlocked. And I think for a lot of you, this is a relationship that has happened in a past life, obviously, because look how ancient it is with the tech, like the information being passed, but it's in this new type of technology, right? Within the heart chakra. So it's like you're relearning lessons, right? That need to be learned in order to have this, you know, spiritual ascension and soul growth within your heart chakra. But trainer indicating that it's them, they're in the shadow and they are all in their memories and they're trying to, you know, they're going through the memories of their heart chakra, right? And that's in the shadow and what you don't know. So of course you're in their heart and they might be going through memories for you, but they might be in memories of other people who have hurt their heart, right? Who broke their heart. And that's why they feel that it's unsafe to cry and to emotionally regulate. And what do? They just transfer all that pain to you because you're an open receptacle, right? It looks like you aren't protecting your energy properly. No offense, Libra, but like, I'm going to call it when I see it. You need to protect your third eye because as we can see, they are rooted in your mind and they're causing you to be obsessed. All right, let's see what's going on with your person. Why won't they cry? Because this is them. Woo. So we have the 8 of Earth in reverse, Virgo Sun in reverse. And, you know, this is not being able to, you know, physically do what they need to do. So they might not be good with money or housing situation or, you know, something when it comes to anything tangible that they can put their hands on. You know, like they're not open to anything physical right now. And, you know, Virgo Sun, you know, as Virgo energy, I'm sure as you know, is very particular. Like it has to be done this way. It has to be done, you know, exactly the way that, you know, like this, detailed directions. And that's how it is when you're playing a musical instrument, right? In order to snake charm, but in this, it's charming a movie reel, you know, in order to physically manipulate how you want the future to go. The way to play this instrument, you know, you have to have your fingers on the holes at the exact time and blow with a certain amount of blow, you know, like it's very, very specific. This is also the card of sucking dick, right? Oral sex. But because it's in reverse, like number one, they're not interested in, you know, fellatio, but they just don't have the energy to do things the right way, right? They're not aligned. They're not physically aligned is what I'm getting. You know, I feel like there's one more here, Virgo. Tell me, what is causing this? Or like, tell us more about how they're not aligned. I saw the 2 of, or what is it? Yeah, the 3 of water. So they could be in a third party emotional situation, but I saw it in reverse. So it's like, that's getting into emotion. So they're just not physically aligned in order to, you know, emotionally regulate. But let's see. What is this alignment issue? Can you give us a little bit more detail? Can you give us a little bit more detail for Libra's mirror again? Yeah. They're not aligned enough to look at themselves in the mirror. So they're making you obsess so that you're looking in your mirror and judging yourself. You know, and they might be withholding, you know, sexual energy from you as well because they don't feel good about their physical body. But instead of, you know, dealing with what they need to deal with, they just push it energetically. They transfer all their pain to you. They transfer all your pain. You need to push that shit back, Libra. Make them do their work. I mean, you don't have to, right? I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to read the energy, but just, you know, a little advice. I don't give it often, but all right. Let's see. What's the light aspect of this person's ish? Oof. So, trainer in reverse using chaotic swell. So this could be you, right? Because trainer cards indicate the other person, and chaotic swell in reverse. You know, I'm getting a feeling that this might be somebody else, to be honest. And like, there's an energy of like not being chaotic. They might thrive on chaos is what I'm hearing. Like they might really like to stir the pot so that they can absorb that energy, right? And in the light, like, I'm feeling that this is kind of more down the line where you're not letting this chaos. Let's see, tell us more about that. That's too many. Maybe not. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, the thing is they feed off of this chaos, right? That is in your mind. When they transfer pain to you, they're just slurping it all up, right? And this is making you exhausted, you know, and you're exhausted because look at me off like going through the desert without the water, again, without the emotions, without that, you know, what needs to be done emotionally, you know, it makes you exhausted. Of course it makes you exhausted. It says, adores round objects. It wanders the streets on a nightly basis to look for drop loose change. So I feel like, you know, they are still chasing the round objects, right? The boobies, the booty, but mostly the coin. This is the money cat, and it talks about looking for drop loose change. So I feel like they need to focus on their money situation, you know, or they're too focused on their money situation because they feel like they're not aligned and they're really judging themselves on that. And instead of changing, you know, or, you know, getting in touch with their higher self, they're just transferring their pain to you, which is going to keep them where it is, right? Because they're just feeding off of this chaos that's in your mind. It gives them power when you are in pain. And, you know, going right to the fragmentation, like I was feeling, you know, like feeling torn apart is going to come to an end this month. And it's very much because trainer, meaning the other person, you, puts on a stealthy hood. Like I was saying, protect your third eye chakra. And this has like a protective area right where the third eye chakra is. So when you start protecting, you know, and veiling yourself and put that hood up, like it's going to cause an epic splash, right? And this is Magikarp, so it's going to cause some magic for this person. It's going to cause, when you no longer are feeding them with the chaos in your mind, it's going to force them to deal with their own pain, and they're going to have an epic splash, you know, in their emotions. This is water energy. In their emotions, it's really going to cause something. Epic splash is, you know, kind of a dopey attack, right? Magikarp is known as one of the weakest Pokemon, you know, can't really do much, but it can evolve. It evolves into Gyarados, which is one of the most like powerful and scary dragons. So if you want them to ascend and evolve, the first thing you need to do is force them to get into their feelings. When you start protecting yourself, your third eye, again, we have that same color here. When you veil your third eye and you protect yourself from them transferring that pain into your mental, then it's going to cause an epic splash for them. It says, in a distant past, it is somewhat stronger than the horribly weak descendants that exist today. Well, that's a little rude about your person, but yeah, I mean, they're emotionally weak. And, you know, it talks about, you know, in the distant past and stuff, when we do have the coding, right? The coding that they are programmed into their heart chakra of the memory that's in their heart of why they feel it's unsafe to emotionally open up is not just from past lovers, but honestly, all the heart chakra hurt that has been passed down to them through their lineage, right? Through their parents. It's just ingrained in who they are. And if you want them to reach their higher self, because you know, right? Like, we had that, like, I'm not going to fix you anymore with the Fool in reverse in the cleansing ceremony. Like, I can't make you a real boy. I can't make you a real girl. That's true, but also false, right? Like, you can't do it, but energetically, you have to push it all on them so that they can do it. Because if you keep feeding them that chaos, you're going to be stuck in that cycle, right? Even if there's separation. All right, what's the shadow here? What's the shadow? What is the shadow here? Milk tank using powerful friends. Yeah, they have a lot of friends that are influencing them. Like I said, like, I felt like there was some third-party situations here, especially with the Three of Water that came up when I was shuffling. They definitely have, you know, some powerful friends. Could be a Taurus. This is a Taurus card for me. So there is definitely, you know, some powerful friends around them that really have some sway here. And it could be, you know, concerning the judgment on you. It says, if it is around babies, the milk it produces contains much more nutrition than usual. So that's talking about epigenetic control, right? The control above the genes, where your environment can stimulate certain biological responses in you. And that's what you need to do. You need to energetically push them to, you know, have DNA activation different so that they can go through the memory of their heart chakra and heal that shit. Right? You need to cause this epic splash. I mean, you don't need to. I read to unite the twin flames. So, you know, if you energetically push them to do that, then it's going to help. And they might be around babies. They might be around family members who have babies, is what I'm hearing. And I feel like this is very much good for them because it's helping them get in touch with, you know, their inner feminine. All right, let's see the outcome. We have fragmentation in reverse, which is awesome. Tell us more about this for our Libras, the outcome. Woo. Okay, so we have the Magician in reverse. So this is Mercury in reverse. It's not going to manifest. What you are trying to manifest is not going to happen in July, but that's okay. Good things take time, right? Like, you are pulling yourself together so that you're no longer fragmented by, you know, energetically pushing them to do their work. So communication, I don't really see happening because we have Mercury in reverse, right? This is like fixing it. Like, look at her with her tools. Like, yep, I'm going to grab that D. I'm going to fix this. Like, but no, it's not that way, right? They're still very robotic. They're still robotic. They don't know how to emotionally regulate, and that is not going to manifest as the Magician in the month of July, which is okay. Coming out stuck is the Queen of Air. That's you, Libra. So it looks like you will still be a little bit stuck, right? You are releasing this fragmentation. The pieces are going to start coming together again. They might also have some powerful friends that are helping them, you know, drain you of your energy and transfer that pain to you, if you know what I'm saying. So you will be a little bit stuck here. I'm sorry to hear that. We will try to see what we can do to make the best of it in the extended. But yeah, you are going to be a little bit, yeah, stuck in this fragmentation. Things are going to be coming together, and you are, you know, not going to feel in pieces, but you are going to be still a little bit stuck in this. Why? Because you're still trying to manifest it. You know, you're not letting go of the situation, even though you're letting go of them being able to control your mind space and transfer that pain to you. You know, you are very much letting go of feeling fragmented within yourself. What's the light aspect? Woo. What the fuck, Gyarados? That is the evolved form of Magikarp. How I was talking about, you know, Magikarp, when it evolves, it becomes like a really powerful dragon. And here it is, you know, coming out reverse. Like, this can happen, right? You can manifest them to become your dragon. And as you know, twin flames are known as the double dragons. So you can cause them to become this dragon that you truly desire. You can't do anything for them other than energetically force them to do their own work. That's the only ingredient that you need in this evolutionary process, right? And yeah, and it's using Aquatail. So it's like the evolution isn't going to come this month, but you, by, you know, being stuck in this and by not communicating and by doing this energetic work, you are going to cause this evolution eventually. And aqua tail, anytime a tail comes up, I always take it as things that are coming back from the past. So, you know, the emotions of the past are really going to come to this person. Really going to come to this person. It says, rarely seen in the wild, huge and vicious, it is capable of destroying entire cities in rage. So this person is still a little bit, I mean, obviously they're very unevolved, but if you want to, you know, cause the evolution for them to the point where they are enraged with their emotional past, right, in order to get through all of this heart chakra, where they realize like, wow, I was done dirty. I don't want to repeat these cycles because of whoever hurt me and made me feel like I can't emote and things like that. If you want to do that, you know, I mean, you have the ingredients. We just went through it. All right, what's the shadow here for the outcome for the month of July for our lovely Libras? Psychic type, Raichu using Thunderclap Shot, and Quagsire using Wave Splash. Yeah. So psychically, there's going to be a surge in the solar plexus chakra and Thunderclap Shot. I really feel like this is you, you know, like, I was hearing shooting your shot, right? But it's a different kind of that, right? This is very much like charging, of feeling electrically charged. And, you know, because they're transferring your pain to you, your solar plexus chakra, you know, which is associated with Leo in the fifth house, which is the sense of self, you know, like, this is me, this is what I stand for, you know, who you are, you know, what makes you you is stored within the solar plexus. And because they transfer your pain, the solar plexus energy between you two is very enmeshed, right? Your sense of self is very much, you know, you're obsessed with them. So you might consider yourself an extension of this person rather than, you know, feeling just you. And so psychically, there's going to really be a surge of, you know, the solar plexus energy. And I feel like it's when you start focusing on protecting your third eye and forcing them to energetically do their own work. It says it can lose 100,000 volt bursts of electricity, instantly downing foes several times its size. Yeah. So the thing is like, you know, if this person's, you know, bigger than you or whatever, you think they're all that, right? And you might be feeling like you're not all that. By protecting your third eye and getting them out, it's really going to up your energy in your solar plexus that is able to, you know, bring you 100,000 volt bursts that you can take anybody down, right? Including them if you need to. Especially because I'm hearing like this, it's like, you know, they're full of rage and shit like that, and they're going to be, the past come back, and you're just going to be able to electrocute them. You know, the weakness of this type is electric, and here you are, like, with the electric energy, like, boom, bitch, I'm about to electrocute your ass. Because then we have Quagsire coming out with Wave Splash, and this is a fighting type, so there is going to be an energetic fight, right? This is happening in the shadow, so it's in the unseen realm, the 5D. And this is the third eye, so it's very much this energetic battle of you electrocuting them, right, with your sense of self that is no longer attached to their pain that they're transferring you. And this is a fighting type. It's going to be a fight. And even though this is like a water Pokemon, I mean, it's a fighting water Pokemon, but like, as you can see, it really likes the dryness, right? So this is going to be able to incorporate the, you know, it's still a Wave Splash. It's using the attack Wave Splash, so it's going to cause some waves, some energetic psychic waves between you two. And it's going to start to get them to start, you know, digging out of that sand and seeking for water. It says, this carefree Pokemon has an easygoing nature. While swimming, it always bumps into boat hulls. Yeah, so you're gonna, I feel like this is you who's kind of taking it easy, right? Because once you're able to charge up your solar plexus chakra that's not attached to them, you know, you're going to be able to take things a little bit easy because you know that they're energetically doing their emotional work. And it talks about while swimming, they're always bumping into boats. And I feel like that's kind of them, right? They're going to be in the water and they're going to be kind of dumb, right? They don't know how to emotionally regulate. So this is something very new to them and they're going to be, you know, hitting shit. So just, you know, if you want to come into union, just be patient here. Let's see what you need to hear about love. In the extended, we are going to take a deeper look at, you know, what this obsession is and, you know, how best we can help break this obsession and some advice on how to, you know, stop that transfer of pain. We will also look into them about, you know, what is the real ish here, and, you know, maybe who's that third party that popped up a couple times. It does look like there's some family and friends involved here, but we'll take a closer look. And then we'll also look how to manifest the highest vibrational timeline for you. So, all right, let's see. What does Libra need to hear about love right now? The love we have is the God's gift to us. What we do with it is our gift to the gods. Yeah. So, you know, love is beautiful. It helps us spiritually ascend, right? It helps with our soul growth. And we have moth spirit coming out here, which moth spirit is indicative of, you know, of evolving and, you know, metamorphosis that happens in the shadow, right? This evolution, but it happens in the shadow. So, yeah, you know, like there's some shadow work that needs to be done. There's, you know, 5D energetic work that needs to, you know, help form this butterfly of the night in order to have this metamorphosis. And we can't forget that this is a gift, right? These relationships help us with our spiritual and soul growth, that help us break our cycles and help us become strong. And, you know, we become obsessed about something so that we can learn how to overcome that. So just remember that, you know, this is a gift, and what we do with it, you know, is our gift back to the divine. So, okay, Libra, I hope that you got what you needed. If you are interested in following me into the extended, like I said, the link is in the description box below. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send me, the more energy that I can send to you. And good luck with everything, Libra. I am sending you so much love. I'm sending you a hug and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.